Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Dina. It is Wednesday, December the 22nd, and I am back with an update for you from some stitching that I've been working on today. I have actually been stitching on one of my whips, not for a prompt or anything else, just because I wanted to. I am trying to meet a goal on it for the year, and I met the goal, and that was I wanted to finish the border. I'm talking about my Dogwood Lace, and my Dogwood Lace, as you may recall if you've seen me share it before, it's a Rosewood Manor, and it was gifted to me by a dear stitching friend, and she gifted me the pattern, the fabric, and the threads in a beautiful project bag. It was a gift bag that her mom made. I've told that story before. But what I was working on was this outer border, the curvy border, trying to get that completed, and then I'll go inside and do all the flowers. Well, I got the border finished, and guess what? It met up. I tell you the truth, I have never been so happy. I was so careful counting this, and it's so intricate. If it had not met up, I probably would have just been sick. So I'm really, really happy with it. I think it's beautiful. This part's beautiful in and of itself, and then I'll do the center part next year. And I actually have it on my Whip Go board, and I don't recall right now if I have it for 10 hours or a finish, but I'm certainly closer to my goal of finishing it if that is what it's going to be. I love it. This color is just a cream linen and or Lugana, I think it's Lugana, and the thread is baked apple, and it is by Weeks Dye Works, and that is the only color in here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. Really am enjoying it. So that was a great accomplishment to get that border finished up before I start working on it, next year. I think that's wonderful. I hope you're going to have a great, great rest of your week, and I hope that you have a fabulous holiday if you celebrate Christmas, and a happy new year. I'm to talk with my friend Glow Friday. I think that's when we're going to try to pick our new year, new start. And so it'll have to be something that I at least have one thread of so I can go ahead and get started on it New Year's Eve. We're hoping to do something together, so I think that'll be fun. My sister and I had our Christmas today over the telephone, and she again spoiled me rotten. She went to 1-2-3 Stitch, I think, and I think she wiped out my wish list. So I'm blessed. Just saying. I will share that with you as I use it, and go from there. And it's right over there on my table. I keep looking over there because I'm still oohing and ahhing over it. Anyway, happy holidays. And in the meantime, until then, happy stitching. Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Dina. It is the 23rd of December. It is Christmas Eve, as they say. I'm excited to be able to come back and give you a stitching update today. It has been a little bit of a breezy day here today, but we have been able to go out and take Coco for several little walks in the neighborhood, and twice today we were out walking when her best friend Loki came out to play, and they got to run and play and jump and wear each other out twice today. It was awesome. So that was a blessing. Anyway, during the day today, I had some stitching time with my friend Marissa from Canada, and we got to catch up and talk and stitch a little bit. So I was looking for something to stitch on today that I could stitch on easily while talking with someone, and I chose to work on my gathering eggs from Mirabilia. And the reason I chose to work on it is that I still had a portion of this border that I could work on, and you can see it's nice little blocks of color. So they're in groupings of 5 stitches each, and then they change color. And in many places, especially like you can see here, there were a group of the same color above and below for several spots. And so I just took that color and stitched it wherever it belonged until I met down here in the middle. So yes, I finished the border. I'm so excited. So great progress today. Here it is. That is the bottom. I finished that whole border today. So I actually put in 500, let me check, 551 stitches today, all in the border. But it was easy stitching to do while I was talking with someone, and it got progress on this piece, and I felt really good about that. So now, next year when I work on this, my goal for WIPGO is a finish. So after today, I'm 551 stitches closer to that finish, which I love. That's great. Okay, so that's my stitching update for today. Now I have a really brief story to share with you, and that is that this week my husband and I took Coco and went to a local park called the Wilshire Trails. And if you've seen some of my previous videos, you may have seen me walking there and taking video of it because it's just such a lovely park. But this year, for the first time, they put up Christmas lights, and it's only a quarter of a mile. It's not that far in, but it's a first start for them to do that, and they're hoping to add to it every year. And they leave it open until about 11 o'clock at night. And we wanted to go over there just as it was getting dark, and we didn't quite make it soon enough, so it is quite dark. But there's a little bit of the footage that you can actually see because there's so many lights that you can make out who's there. So I have some footage. Some of it, if it's too dark, just bear with it. It'll lighten up real quick. But I wanted to show you my husband and Coco walking through that park. I was the photographer, so you won't see me except in one spot. And that's when my husband convinced me to get inside of a snowman. It's made for you to stand inside from the back and have your face be the face of the snowman. And so I did that for fun, and that will be the only time you see me. But I'm filming the rest of the time, and I have several cute little pictures in there, little videos of my husband and Coco walking through the park, and I'll put it at the end as I usually do when I have footage of Coco. So I think you will enjoy seeing her first time at the Wilshire Trail Christmas lights. So that's my update for today. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. I have stitching time with my friend Glow. I'm so excited. I'm hoping that we will be able to pick a New Year's new start together, if we're going to start something together, and that I'll be able to share that with you after we meet tomorrow on our FaceTiming together. But anyway, I will get a little bit of stitching in by doing that tomorrow. So I'll have something to share with you tomorrow. My thoughts are to try to do a record of my stitching through the Christmas holidays, and then sometime between Christmas and New Year's, put that up for you so you get to see it, before the holiday season is actually completed. But anyway, in the meantime, until I get to come and talk with you again, I hope you have great stitching. I hope you're ready for the holiday and that you're not stressing out. Just let it be a peaceful time, a time of joy and celebration. That's what I'm looking forward to. So happy holidays to you and happy stitching. Good night. Hi everyone, welcome back. Oh, it is Christmas Eve. I'm so excited to get to talk to you today. I wasn't sure if I would have any opportunity to do that, but I did. So I'm really happy about that. I have been cooking this morning. I've made orange cranberry scones for in the morning for breakfast. I have cooked homemade spaghetti sauce for a spaghetti lunch tomorrow, so that all we have to do is cook the noodles and we're good to go. Um, and then, after getting all the cooking pre-done, I was able to stitch. So I did get a little stitching done today. I went ahead and picked back up my third Sunday start. I had started on the border and I had worked my way down and partially across. I think I had gotten to the end of that little checkered board part. So today I picked it back up and I decided to go on over to the end of the stripe here. And if you may recall, my fill-in of the border, the color I did not have, and it arrived. It arrived yesterday. I was so tickled. It's a Weeks Dye Works and it's called Chris's Bonbon. Chris with K-R-I-S, I guess, for Kris Kringle. Anyway, it's a dark, beautiful variegated brown, and that's what fills in behind these bright colors that are the bubble look here. So I was able to go back and do that on the part of the border that I had stitched. And so now my border is complete all the way down this side and all the way across the bottom. And now I can pick up and go up and across or across and down, either way. But I'm halfway through with this border. I've had something with borders this week. I don't know. I guess it was easy stitching, and I've done a lot of virtual stitching this week trying to catch up with everybody. But I actually got, let me check, 412 stitches in this border today. So I think that's pretty good. I was pleased with that, and now I feel comfortable packing this away for my trip and being able to stitch on it, you know, when we travel. So I think that will be awesome. I hope you're having a great stitchy day yourself. And I have also been wrapping Christmas presents. Not for my immediate family, but for a couple of friends that we exchange a few presents with each year. And I got all of ours wrapped and out of the way, so now I've pulled theirs up. And I've got a few things to wrap, and I think I've gotten them all in boxes, and I'm ready to grab the paper and wrap them up, and I'll probably do that after dinner. I think we're having barbecue sandwiches for dinner tonight, so I'm gonna go down and get those ready, and we will be probably watching a Christmas movie tonight, maybe, and then tomorrow will be Christmas Day, and we'll have a great day, my husband and I. And then we're celebrating with our son, as I mentioned, the day after Christmas. And so that is when we're going to have a big Chinese meal. That's one of our favorite meals. And we're doing that for Christmas this year. Very untraditional type things, but just what we wanted to do. So Merry Christmas to all of you, and a Happy New Year. Hi everyone, welcome back. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas today. I'm so excited to get a few minutes to share with you what I'm up to. I have on my Christmas jumper, of course, for those of you who are across the pond. My friend Glo sent me pictures today of her puppy, and she and her husband in their Christmas sweaters, and it's divine. I loved it. So I want to share a few things with you really quickly, and then if I have a chance later, I'll come back and show you stitching if I get to do any. But I didn't want another day to go by before I acknowledged my gift that I won from Sunshine Stitchers. I got a sweet thank you card from Sheila for watching their channel and participating, and I actually won the silk floss from Almond M&M's that is called the Skin Collection. I'm so excited. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? All those different shades, and look how variegated some of them are. Oh, for shading, that'll be perfect. Anyway, Thank you guys so much. But that's not all. You know, the generous people they are. I got some thread drops. Here are their thread drops. It's what you see when their channel comes on. I love that. And a beautiful counting pen. Look at that. So lovely. So Sheila, Gary, EJ, thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate it. So tomorrow we're doing our Christmas, the whole thing. I mean, my husband and I haven't opened any presents. I cooked homemade spaghetti meal for us today, waiting for our real Christmas meal tomorrow. And actually, we're going to do Chinese because we all love Chinese. And our son has a friend who can't get home for Christmas, and he's coming over tomorrow. And my son and I were just talking about it, and he wanted to make sure I had found an extra stocking downstairs. He had gotten a couple stocking stuffers for him, and so that's sweet. Very, very excited about that. That means tomorrow we'll have company. We're going to be busy all day. My understanding is that our guest loves to play cards. We love to play cards. I'm hoping we get to play some good card games tomorrow. Doesn't sound like I'm going to get much stitching done tomorrow, and that's okay. So if you'll forgive me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my last Sunday start, but I'm going to start it tonight. So my last one is Pop's Filling Station, and you'll probably recall that the reason I picked this one, I've done about 13 of these home for the holiday series, or is that what they call hometown holiday series, and I've made them into flat folds. And this year they're actually lining my dining room table, the center of my dining room table. I have my Little House Needleworks village, one of which I'm going to be adding to this year with the Pop's Filling Station. I have that as my centerpiece going down the middle of my table this year. And the reason that I chose to add this one to it is that my father at one time owned a Sinclair oil franchise filling station. And so if I can, I'm actually going to chart this to say Sinclair oil instead of filling station, because that will be even more meaningful to me. And it is definitely my Pop's Filling Station, which is the name of it. So I think that's great. Anyway, I'm going to start it tonight. I've kitted it up. I had only one color of floss that I couldn't find. I know I have it. I think it's in another project. So I substituted one of my Classic Colorworks that's as close to it as I can get. It'll be fine. I looked on the pattern and it's just the fender on the car. So that's going to do okay. So we're good to go there. I've got everything here, and haven't even bobbinated this color. I just got it from my sister Stephanie in my Christmas package, and I don't have this one in my stash. It's in a project somewhere, so I'm going to go ahead and use a little of it if I don't unearth the other one before I get to it. But I've already picked my, oh, this was under my fabric. I'm so sorry. Okay, I've already picked my fabric, and this is 32 count lamb's wool linen, and I'll be using it for this piece so it will match as close as possible to what I already have downstairs. And I've got my center marked, so I'm ready to go there, and hoping that I'll get to do that. I'm going to take a break now and go fix a little sandwich or something for dinner. And then I'll be back up here to stitch. And if I get enough done to share with you, or whatever I get done, I will show you. If not, I'll come back probably the day after tomorrow and maybe share with you some more information on this start. So I hope you've had a great Christmas. And I know we have, and I know tomorrow, which will be our real Christmas for us, our Christmas celebration, will be great. So I'm looking forward to it. In the meantime, until I see you again, happy stitching, everybody. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. This is Dina. It's December the 22nd. 7th. We are getting so close to the end of the year. I want to give you a stitching update. I did work on my 4th new start on Sunday. I had thought I might try to start it on Saturday, which was Christmas, because my son and my husband and I and a friend of my son's were going to celebrate our Christmas on the 26th. And I've mentioned that before. But my Sunday start was Pop's Filling Station from the Little House Needleworks Hometown Holiday Series. And this is what I got done. I didn't get to start on it until till Sunday, the 26th. And I did this after we had a fabulous day and right before I headed to bed. So it's a smaller start than I may have gotten otherwise. But there you have it. And I have it in my beautiful, beautiful bag that I got from Cynthia. And I hope she'll make some more of these. They're just beautiful. So, try not to hit the camera as I put that away. Okay, so what that did for me, in addition to being my 4th Sunday start, my 4th and final Sunday start for December, is that it finished my acrostic for 24 hours across stitch. The last thing was Filling Station for F. My word was stitch for self this year. I stitched to decorate my house. I still made some gifts, but I primarily stitched for the house. And so my F at the end was Filling Station. It happened to be the last one that I worked on, and that was my Pop's Filling Station. So I know that's washing out there for you, but it's night here and I can't do much more than have lights on. But you can see I did get each one of them done. So I'm excited about that. I've tried to finish and have finished every acrostic for 24 hours of cross stitch this year. So that's pretty exciting. It's been a fun way for me to stay motivated in my stitching. So, what's next? Well, Jessie Marie Does Stuff gave us an early present and went ahead and pulled the 2 numbers on Whip Go for 2022. We're not going to start on them, though, till January. But here are my 2. The numbers were 19 and 2. My number 19 is Pandemic, to finish a whole page on it. And number 2 is Nativity, finish the whole angel. At first I thought, oh my goodness, here we are in January, the first 2 numbers, and I've got probably my 2 biggest projects to stitch that have the most stitching that I have to do. And then it hit me, well, Dina, don't be silly, that's great, because now you have it called and you can be working on it all year long. You don't have to worry about it getting called toward the end of the year when you don't have enough time. So that was really kind of a good thing. Not so wonderful because I'll be gone for a little while in January, but a very good thing that I get the whole year to work on it already, that it's called. So that worked out nicely. Okay, the next thing that I want to talk about is what I stitched on today. I went back and pulled back out my Strawberry Fields Forever because it's calling me. It wants me to finish it. It really wants me to finish it. I already have this piece in my Whip Go for 2022. I already have it in my Bring Go for January. But this is the piece I want to stitch. So, I did. I stitched on it today. And I got 897 stitches in it today, because today was a quiet day. I didn't have anywhere I had to go, no appointments, nothing like that. I had some phone calls to make, which I did first thing this morning. I did cook dinner. I wasn't ignoring anybody, but you know, we're back to normal. Everybody's back at work, and you know, nobody's here. So my husband was on a long run today, training for his marathon next year. So Coco and I were just hanging out. In fact, I've got a picture I'll put in here of my stitching buddy because she's napping. But here's where I got to. Isn't that exciting? I have finished this whole section. I have to roll it up now. And all I have left is that fence and the wall that the fence is connected to. So the gate and the fenced wall, that's what I have left. So the next time I pick it up, that's what I'll work on. I don't know if it's what I want to work on tomorrow or not. I won't rule that out. But I'm not going to tell myself right now that I have to make up my mind about it. I'm just going to wait and see how I feel tomorrow because I've put so much time into it today. 897 stitches is a lot of stitches for me in a day on one piece. It actually worked out pretty well. It went great. I worked on it going from, you know, just working my way up like this. And I would just take a color and work it till it stopped. Like this vine is 2 or 3 different colors. And so I'd work one all the way up and across as far as I could go. And then I would fill everything in and then I'd work on up. So I actually did work on it from the bottom up. And it worked out just fine. So love that. That was great. The next thing I want to do before the end of the year, if I can, is I would like to do a little bit of a recap of the year. I try to do that each year and tell you a little bit about how many starts I had, how many finishes I had that year. You know, just some statistical things about my stitching that might be of interest to you. However, I'm also looking forward to a trip, going out of town. And so I'm trying to get ready for that. So it may be at the last minute before I can pop up a video with my statistical information. I'm sure you don't mind. It will just be part of another one. But there are 2 announcements that I want to make for this video so that you have time to participate. The first announcement is that I mentioned a while back that I have an anniversary coming up, and a floss tube anniversary in January. And on January 23rd, I will actually hit my 6-year anniversary. I was thinking it was 5, and I think I said 5 when I mentioned it before. And Pam from Stitching Between the Lines, she wrote me a message and said, I don't know how YouTube is counting, but I know when I started watching you, and I think you're coming up on your 6th anniversary. And I went back and looked at the first date of my very first video that I published. And she's right. This will be year 6. I will be completing year 6. So anyway, that is awesome. I can't get over how quickly time flies when you're having a good time, right? But what I want to tell you about is that I am planning to do a bit of a celebration with a giveaway, and I would love to be able to share with you what I'm planning to give in my next video, because, you know, I'll usually ask you to let me know what you have an interest in. And you can always put your name in as many as you want. Of course, once you win one, I won't have you win another. We want to spread that around, but you can go for as many as you like. My intention at this moment is to do 6 gifts, and I'm looking for things in my stash that are going to be nice gifts, substantial gifts. I think 6 years is huge for me. I never would have dreamed that I would be doing this for 6 years. So I would like to really thank you for being there with me, for hanging in with me, and joining me for part of the journey or all of the journey. Some of you have been with me the whole time. It's been awesome. So I will look to announce what those projects are or gifts are in my next video, and that will give you time to comment, because I will be pulling the recipients through a random comment generator on January 23rd, on my anniversary. So I definitely want to get that up so that you have a couple of weeks, to do that. So look for that in the next video or in the last segment of this one, depending on how long this one goes on. But I'm going to wrap it up for tonight, and with the promise that I'll be back to do that other stuff. So I hope that you're doing well. I hope you had a fabulous holiday. We did. We had a wonderful holiday and a great time. And looking forward to a restful, quiet New Year's Eve. My friend Glow and I did come up with what we're going to be starting. So for my New Year, New Start, my friend Glow and I are going to be starting a Plum Street sampler, Sewn in Friendship. You may recall I recently received the other half of this stitched for me by a sweet, sweet friend. And I decided when I saw that I want to stitch the other half, and I want to put it near that piece. I'm looking over there because I have it right over there on my cabinet. And so my friend Glow had this piece as well. She was running through several patterns, showing me these are some things I want to stitch. These are some things I'd like to stitch. Do you have any of these? And when she pulled this one out, I said, hold up, that's it, that's the one I want to do. So we are both going to be starting these. She's going to be starting the other half, the one that has already been, no, we're both starting this one. And I'm mailing her the other half because I had that pattern. I just hadn't ever stitched it yet. And so now that I've already had it gifted to me stitched, I don't need the pattern anymore. So I'm sending that pattern to Glow so she can have both parts as well. But we're both starting this side for our New Year, New Start. And we've decided to start it on New Year's Eve. I'm stitching mine on a beautiful Zweigart. It's a 32 count cream Lugana. It's beautiful, and I think this is gonna just look gorgeous on there with those colors. And I have pulled my colors. I am using DMC. I don't have time to order any of the floss, but I do think that's gonna look really pretty on there. Just lovely. So that's my New Year, New Start. So I had mentioned to you I would hope that we would have it picked out by then, and we do. So that's awesome. All right, so that's all I have to share with you tonight. Quite a bit of information. My 2 announcements. So I will hopefully get back to see you if I can tomorrow or the next day, but certainly before the new year. Happy stitching, everybody. Hi everyone, welcome back. It is December the 28th. It is a Tuesday. I'm here to give you a bit of a stitching update. I've got a huge accomplishment to share with you today. If you saw my little episode from yesterday already, you probably have a clue. I decided to go ahead and work on my Strawberry Fields Forever until I finished it, because I have between now and New Year's Eve, when I'm doing my New Year New Start with my friend Glow, to stitch on whatever I want. And I decided that I felt with a big push I could finish it, and I didn't want to carry another whip forward with me if I didn't have to. So I decided to keep working on it. So here it is. This is the Strawberry Fields Forever. And I'll remind you of a couple of things that I mentioned. There was a flower missing here on the chart, and there was also, I think, one missing elsewhere. Yes, right here. There's a space for one, but the flower bud and everything isn't there, so I added that in, and I added in the flower that was missing up here as well. I did this in when I stitched it, but I did this in just yesterday. Couple of other things I will tell you. I used the call for threads, but mine did not variegate as dark as this. You can still see everything, but it's not as dark as this. I don't know that I mind. I'm just letting you know I noticed it was different. This is a much brighter, bolder color palette than it really is. It's just a couple of shades more muted when you use the call for, at least I did. And then I made one more change in it. I added in the year as if it were the number of the address of the house. So anyway, I finished it just a few minutes ago, and it is roughly 7:47 tonight. So this is great. I'm not up till 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning to get this done. But here is my Strawberry Fields Forever. And I think you can see down one of the fence posts there, the numbers 2021. And I did put it just down there like it was the address. I just thought that was a cute way. You know, I like to hide my year in there, and sometimes my initials. I didn't put my initials on it yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to. I took out the initials that were on the pattern. Actually, it was one initial. There was a B right in here, and I just left it out. And then there were the numbers 1992, I think it was. And they were spread down this side over here. And the 199 was here, and the 2 was way down here. And I didn't like it. It was too wabi-sabi or whatever. I think that's Teresa's word that she coined, but I just like it a little less crowded. So I took out the initial and the year, and then I snuck my year down on the fence post as if it were, you know, the address. And I'll decide if I'm going to put an initial on it. I don't think I am. I think I'm just going to put a label on the back of it once it's framed. But it's finished. So this is Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Designs. And I will not be carrying it into 2022. It's done. I'm very, very happy with that. It's stitched on 32 count platinum by Picture This Plus, and I think that was a beautiful background for it. I really do. So I'm very happy with it. I'm glad to have that one done. Enjoyed every minute of it. Really did. And to finish it up, I'll just tell you, today I started stitching on it first thing this morning, and I stitched all the way through until lunch. Took a break for lunch with my hubby, and I stitched all the way till now, and I got in 1,153 stitches to finish it. And all I had to do to finish it today was this bottom portion of gate and walls. That's all I had left. I had no idea it would take as many stitches, and I had no idea it would take as many hours as it has today, but it was an investment well worth it. So now I am going to close up shop up here for a little while, even though it's early. I'm going to go spend a little time with my hubby because he has been so kind to let me just be absent today to get this done. And then I will be back tomorrow for more stitching before the end of the year. I do not anticipate another finish in my wildest dreams. So I'm going to have to look and decide what I want to get started stitching on or kitting up for tomorrow, or if I want to take a couple of days and do finishing work. I don't know. I'll have to see what I'm in the mood for tomorrow. In the meantime, though, happy stitching, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Now I can get more of it this way.
Good. And right here, it's got a little thing you can scan with your camera. If you're doing the video,
okay.
it won't work.
Right. Gingerbread house. That's Coco taking it all in.
Oh wait, hang on. Can I get you to take Aubrey.
Here we are at the North Pole.
Look at your mama. Cheese. Coco, look at mama.
Hey, Coco.
Mama.
All right. Good.
Right there, hold it.
Yeah, in front of the trees.
Okay, ready? There she is again.
I can see her really well in all these lights.
So sorry.